Yeah. How good is Battlefield 6? I ain't played it. Luke Thomas is gay. Oh, yeah, I saw Luke Thomas saying... But you know what, chat? He's right. You know what I mean? Even though he's left, he is correct, let's just say. So... Is what it is, isn't it? Thank you for the 29 months of membership. What's good, fat man? Have a feeling Gane leaves Aspinall out cold this weekend. Thank you for the 29 months of membership. Wrong, Guru, he's wrong. Luke Thomas said the UFC is a right-wing sport. And he was like, not complaining, but he was just pointing out that that is the case. And had a big moment where he pointed out that it is the case, that it's a right-wing sport. And he mentioned, like, I can like Ilia Topuria as a fighter, but when he says that the Nelk Boy's interview with Netanyahu was good, I can have a problem with it. I don't think that's right or left-wing, though. I hate that he seems to think that. Like, it's a... I know it is, and I hate this, but it's not really a right-wing take to defend Israel. It's just a retarded take, in my opinion. But there you go. They should have said, so you like Makachev, but what do you think about his opinions on gays and women? But he wouldn't care about that. He probably thinks Makachev's like the best guy ever, because you know how they are. What's good, fat man? Have a feeling Gane leaves Aspinall out cold this weekend. Don't say that, please. I'm not. I won't allow it. Thank you for the $2. Hi, Mom. Bro, these people are genuinely claiming Gane wins or Gane can do something so funny, are genuinely preying on the death of the sport. I know, dude. It really is annoying, but he could win. They're just sort of like engagement farming. Tommy Aspinall chants will go crazy. Will he get them in Abu Dhabi? I'm not sure. Thank you for the 2. Say, Connor, you're mean. Connor, you are mean. Hello, can you please tell us more about the D-Rod situation? Federal fucking prison. I don't know anything more than that. Just federal fucking prison. Yo, laddie, I have cerebral palsy and I still work 5 days a week and these immigrants don't... Okay, what the fuck, who wants this? All right, thank you for the 17 months of membership. Kent Cormacan, I appreciate that, and that's pretty base, dude. You should be getting some fucking check from the government at least, though, dude. Come on, milk that shit. Start playing it up a bit. Sup, Julius Yabawa? You seen Hamzat getting rage baited by... It does make it feel worthless what you're doing. Like, I'm paying 50% tax over the majority of my earnings, and... Yeah. It does make you feel worthless while people just fucking protest in the street about some bullshit while they're jobless. It is a demoralizing feeling, but you know. Thank you for the 5. Sup, Julius Yabawa? You seen Hamzat getting rage baited by a fake RDR Twitter account? Yes, I did see that. Yeah, Chimaev gets rage baited by a troll. Great stream with Bedtime and Lucas. Bring him fishing. I don't know if they'll go. I don't know if they'll do that. Thank you for the 2. If Tom wins, I think Tom wins. However, Gane beat Volkov IMO. No, I don't think so. Aspinall boxing defense is super sus. As soon as he loses his speed, he's going to have a huge fall off. Yeah, we'll just see if he loses his speed, dude. But I don't know if we'll even get there. That's the thing with Tommy Boy. I still don't get why Tom versus Gane is in Abu Dhabi, because they have fucking blood money and they'll just keep paying the UFC to do it. Would this be the most disappointed you've been at the outcome of a fight if Gane flukes a win? He might not fluke it, though. What if he, like, survives and tunes him up? So it might not even be a fluke. I'd rather it be a fluke, if anything. Thank you for the $10. I would be pretty sad. I wouldn't even be angry or raging. I'd probably cry. Can you try some corn rolls on that hair? Come on, cuz. Nah, that's not me, brother. CTE Volk when he tries to hog tie his pigs but ends up finding out he's at Mark Hunt's house. I don't know, man. I saw an edit of him crying while telling that story and now I feel bad for laughing about it. But alright, guys, I'm just going to get my pigs in. Hang on a minute. What's this apple branch doing here? Honestly, the co-main this weekend really ruins a lot of the hype of the card for me. Looking forward to the big ones regardless. Start time is ass too. Thank you for the 27. It is good for us, though, in the UK. So I'm all right with it. But yeah, the co-main does feel like filler, but that means I'll have like an extra half an hour to get amped for the main event. So it's not that bad. How does a Bam Bam versus Topuria street fight go? Bam Bam would win. He'd tank the shots and mog him. Forearm choke against the wall. The classic guru technique. Impression of Jablising in Country Roads. Poppy roads, take us home to the pit of garbage where we belong. I don't know. Aspinall stuns Gane with a jab and swarms him. TKO, shut up. I hope so, sorry. Yes, I hope so. Thank you for the 2. Jarvis, pull up spreadsheet of lifelong net gain versus loss for country they moved to. Hi, I've seen that on Twitter, yeah. But, you know, no amount of logic will fix things. We got to wait for the week to shed themselves out the gene pool, and then we'll be strong. Last stream was like kids in detention and Lucas. Thank you for the £2. Yes. Just in his own little world in Peaches and Creamville. How will we feel if Tom beats Gane? Close 48-47 decision. If Tom beats Gane in a close 48-47, I'll just be happy for the win. He'd beat Jones. It doesn't matter. His styles make fights. Impression of Ghibli singing... No. Thank you for the $2. I can't say the lyrics of it. They don't understand anything I say on Twitter. Bloody stop washing. Down, down, down. Paddy going round 10 to round 5 without a fight. Ranked number 10 to rank number 5 without a fight is telling, yes. Very telling, to be fair, yeah. Him jumping up 5 spots with no fight announced is crazy. Spanian McGregor in Marbella. Yeah, stealing his baseline. Is he actually in Marbella? Did I miss a Spanian upload? I was eating earlier. I would have watched that. I've got a video coming out after the stream, chat. You're going to enjoy it. Should I say the title of the stream? The Spanian didn't upload. I thought you said he went to Marbella or something, but there you go. That's Arch. Impression of Tom being arrested for wearing a UK flag shorts. You know there's genuine backlash against that, by the way. There is backlash against that. Thank you for the 2. So, yeah. Well, I didn't fucking mean to do it that way, mate. I don't understand. Impression of CT Volt confused that Gane is French. Alright. Alright, guys. I brought a baguette for you. I heard there was a French heavyweight in town. Hang on a minute. I should have brought me fufu and yam. Thank you for the $8 Australian. French, Canadian jump. Arnold for not speaking French. But the first to roll over to Massimo McGregor. He didn't get jumped. He's being English and sarcastic, obviously, crack dog. You're Australian. You should get that. He probably had a tough sparring session and just said that's what happened. Unless it's a whole video I don't know about where it said that's what happened. Don't be silly. But I know what you mean, yeah. People have different energy. Like you, people from the UK getting angry at Americans coming over while they're literally being ethnically replaced is crazy. Same with the Irish. They're fucking such weird backwards retards. 24 not all of them, but the ones of them that do that. 24-year-old today. Umar decision. Main under 1.5. Who wins the co-main? Oh, I don't know. Thank you for the $2. Congrats on being 24. Umar decision. Main. I think decision for Umar. Main under 1.5. Who wins the co-main? I've got Jandaroba winning the co-main, I think. I'm worried about Gane spinning elbow KO now. I'm also worried about it, dude. Doesn't it feel like it would be right? But no, obviously not. What's this close fight talk? Tom stops Gane, mate. I hope so. I think so. Tom Aspinall gets outpointed for 5 rounds and 50-45. Don't ever speak of that. Schmitty looks like the sun from the Teletubbies. Moneyberg looks like a blobfish. Thoughts on Ariel and Moneyberg interview? Loki pressed him. I was just, you know what, chat? Ariel kind of stood his base. Fair enough to Ariel, dude. He stood his base. Honestly, I was watching some clips of it at least, and I saw him push him a little bit. I might get some like reaction videos to those interviews out. Maybe I'll do a breakdown of that. Impression of Jones, but I don't know about making videos on Moneyberg because soon I'm ripe for that, you know. He would push for that. Impression of Jones bragging after Gane beats Aspinall and then calling you a fig. All right, thank you for the 5. Oh, wow, hard to be a champion, right? Hope MMA Guru is crying somewhere. Impression of Ghibli signing into their Gracia account. Okay. I can't wait to be a troll in Guru's chat, you know. What do you think of Aspinall's shorts? I know they're ugly. I think they're amazing, dude. Absolutely based, dude. Right, here's the title of my next video. You guys ready for it to be revealed? This is an MMA Guru classic in the making, in my opinion. Okay? The UFC referee with Down syndrome? Dan Mergliata needs to lose his job before it's too late. That's the title of the video coming out. It's a classic. It's vintage Jerusalem upload right there. I don't know if it'll get monetized, but I think it's just, you know, it's been checked and it's been monetized, but I don't think that'll last long. The UFC referee with Down syndrome? And he actually has got Downs, in my opinion. I mentioned it a lot in the video. I've got Gane. If Tom can't catch him early, I think it'll be a tough night for him. Literally caught everyone and dusted him up early, but sure, buddy. Saying Gane wins because an if could happen, which is like a 10%, 20% chance, is crazy, but go on. You do that if you want. I want now. Guru's looking more and more Chechen by the day. Yeah. I don't like this. I don't like it. I maybe should gain fat back. Does the B on Tom's shorts mean something British? It's the B of Manchester. It's the Manchester B. I'm not even kidding. That is a thing. The Manchester B. I'm pretty sure it is anyway. The Manchester Bee is a symbol representing the city's hard work and industrial heritage, dating back to the Industrial Revolution, where factories were likened to busy beehives. It also signifies unity, a role it took on particularly after the 2017 Manchester Arena attack. The bee appears on buildings, public transport. I wonder who did the Manchester Arena attack. Ah, okay. Just a random guess, I think. Whoa, who saw that one coming? All good. It doesn't represent a terror attack, but it was popularized after that, I guess. Or repopularized afterwards, folks. Hive Mind, yes. The Mark No Goddard video is probably my favorite. Yes, the UFC referee with a rage problem, but this one's the sequel. The UFC referee with Down syndrome. The sequel video is coming out after the stream. Thank you for the £2. Impression of Conor walking in on Jones and Hasbullah. Thank you for the £2. Alright guys, hey fellas. What the fuck is going on in here, mate? That's illegal, John. John, that's an illegal move. Thank you for the 2. People forget, man, Arlovski turned Tom into a wrestler. He did, to be fair, yeah. He did. Give me a blob off, blob off, blob off, blob off. Thank you for the $2. But people forget, man, Tuivasa dropped Ciryl Gane. So, I don't know. People forget, man, Rafael Pessoa gave Gane some problems in the ground. So, there's a lot of ways this can go. Did you see the clip of Tom in the New York City subway? Yeah, the fatigue clip. I saw a bit of that. Yeah, I don't know if that's really what he was thinking, but yeah. Could Aspinall possibly be a faraway Fury member? I don't know what that means. Thank you for the $5. The new cut kind of reminds me of teenage Simba. Fitting since you're always whistling. Just can't wait to be king. That's true. Beep, 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 beep. It's not even a haircut, though, really. That's just how it is now. I'm going to try and get it cut soon. Impression of Goddard screaming, listen at Gane's corpse. Listen. Oi, oi, it's over. It's done. Guru, you going to let O'Malley beat your dong? He really said that? Lol, I know. Yeah, he did say that. They cut out a clip of me saying, but what if your dong bust shot? What if, but O'Malley, what if your dong unleashes shots all over your face? And then he said something even more sus afterwards, and they actually cut it out of the pod. I'm not even kidding. They did. Which is odd. I guess that was just a step too far for them. They also cut out something I mentioned about, I don't know. They cut out some things. One other thing, I think. I don't remember, but I remember saying something. Maybe I said it after the pod was over, because we chatted for like 20 minutes after the pod. MMA Guru, what's your exact microphone model? I don't even remember at this point. It's a Rode mic. Just type in Rode microphone and then you look and one will look like this, retard. What I meant is that you think Tom could possibly be related to the Furies. True, he does look similar to John Fury, yeah. But you know, I'm not going to say that his mum cheated on his dad, and that was a crazy accusation, chat. And it was only a joke as well. It was just a, you know how it goes. I have utmost respect for Tom's mother, so I'd never assume something so dastardly. People forget, man, Arlovski took Tom to round 2. Tom round 1 KO. Thank you for the $2. Yeah, I think he wins. Imagine Guru with a low taper fade. It wouldn't look good on me. Disappointed in Adesanya. Guy is aging like milk. In what do you mean aging like milk? Like his career is aging badly? Or I think Pereira's success keeps his career afloat a little bit in terms of how good he looks. I would declare. Yeah, I used conditioner in my hair today and it didn't look as soft. I don't know what that's all about. It didn't feel as slick. It still felt frizzy. Maybe I didn't use as much as I should have. I don't know how it works. Yeah, I saw they muted you, but your mouth was still moving. Bud is now. Yeah, true. They did cut out, I think, 2 things. Used too much shampoo. I wash my hair every 2 days. Schmitty didn't dare speak out of term. I could have gone harder on Schmitty, but I do think he's got autism, so I thought I'd leave it a bit. But I thought I was getting in some zingers here and there. You know? Use shampoo, bro. I do use shampoo, obviously. Use 3-in-1. Alright, stop the recommendations. It's getting gay now. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. He has something. You can tell Andy is Tom's dad, though. Yeah, you can, can't you? Yeah, especially with his, like, siblings. Glad to see you a bit happier recently, brother. You got a send for the boys in chat who never got a chance. Thank you. I appreciate the 9 months membership. I am a bit happy. I was stressed yesterday with the prediction. Dude, the prediction video day is always... Everyone just needs to leave me alone on my prediction video day. Because I'm sat there with my head in my hands like, fucking who does win Jandar Oberdern 2? Is it bad that I care that much? I was legitimately stressed. And then I recorded the whole video and I didn't even do Nasrat versus Salkilled because the schedule didn't show it. And I also didn't do the other fight, Walter Walker versus Louis Sutherland. So I had to redo it again. So I was just like, fucking hell, dude. I want to pick Nathaniel Wood, but I feel like Delgado's going to catch him with a knee, man. Fuck. I was just stressing watching their fights. Jones can't be the GOAT taking Lion Shot to a decision. True. Would you consider DJ one of the good ones? Chill, man. When is D-Witch video? UFC 229 Gunmen Theory. What do you mean Gunmen Theory? Thank you for the $2 Canadian. When is the D-Witch video? The D-Witch Project, you mean? That's what we're going to call it. I don't know. I might make a D-Devil. It's Halloween. Halloween, right? I got to get one of those realistic face masks, says Dana White or something. Does it smell? Does what smell? No, I'm very clean. What they cut out of the Mali pod, tell us. It was I said something about, but what if your dong unleashes shots all over your face? And he said something even gayer and they cut it out. So I guess that was a better point to stop it at. I will tell Tom you called him John Fury's son. Sure. Thank you for the $2 Canadian. I think he saw that because I tweeted it and it did pick up some stuff. He did look a lot like him when he was younger. Tom versus Gane is England versus Africa. All right. Historical president. All right. Don't put this on the line or you will jinx it. Thank you for the $5. This is England versus New France is what we call this. Thank you for the $2 Canadian. Search up 229 Gunmen Theory. Okay. Fuck, my keyboard was off angle by 2%. God. McGregor was rumoured to have suffered a severe shoulder injury due to the incident, during which pew-pew noises could be heard. What? Post about Frank throwing the belt after Conor KO'd Aldo and came across a comment where I saw Lorenzo accidentally tweeted Chrissy Blair instead of messaging. This is some random shit. I can't find it. During Conor versus Khabib, Anik was commentating with Joe before walkouts about what had happened in Conor's locker room that night. Anik, a gambling man and avid bettor, says to Joe if he knew what had happened in the locker room before walkouts, he wouldn't be as confident betting on Conor. Weird, but okay. Goes on to change the narrative later in the night by downplaying whatever happened and saying, oh, I just heard there was a bit more people rushing in and out of the locker room than usual, and it seemed a bit more hectic in the back than usual. Fine. The fights happens and the night plays out how it did. During JRE, after the fight with Justin Ren, they get into talking about the fight. Joe finds a way to bring up the subject of a gunman trying to get into the back of the arena and brings up an article about the story. Very quickly moves on and they get to talking about heat shock proteins and how elk can cure testicular cancer if you shove it up your bum. That last bit is definitely a joke at the end. But that's crazy if that's true. Maybe I'll look into that for the Halloween one. I wouldn't be surprised with how them lot are. So, I wouldn't be surprised. Thank you for the membership, Mike Hawkburns. Very funny. Can you dress up as BJ Penn for Halloween? No. No, let's not confuse him. Thank you for the 100 Mexican dollars, Chino MMA. I've been watching Gane's fights, and I don't think it will be close. Gane doesn't defend the body lock, and his grappling defense consists of pulling subs from bottom. Tom by ground and pound in the first. I've got Kimura, body lock takedown. Yeah, he doesn't defend the body lock. That's what I think. Yeah, he doesn't at all. He just kind of like tries to go with it, doesn't he? And that doesn't really work. You saw the same thing in the Amavov training footage. So I feel like if Tom gets the body lock, little Polish throw, gets to Kimura from side control. Or a crucifix type TKO with elbows. Add the Chandler stalking his wife story to the list of spooky Halloween tales. I will, yeah. That's a good point as well. We'll add it in. A White House card so stacked to title on the prelims ideas. God, no. We can't leave the rest of the cards out to dry. But some big fights, and then because the thing is that's good about the UFC right now, chat, is that we have stars that are on as contenders. Adesanya, Strickland, Usman. You know what I mean? We have names: Holloway, Oliveira. So we have names that aren't Gaethje, names that are on the roster that aren't champions. So that's what we should take advantage for on the White House card, in my opinion. Don't burn up every title fight and then we have none for a few months. If this 14-leg parlay hits, you'll get your cut, pig. Thank you for the $2. Okay, cool. Alex versus John at the White House? No. Thank you for the $2. No. Because Tom is an American? I don't care. Not making that fight. Tom is getting a super fight once he beats Gane. Please. Thank you for the $2. Dern is no way taking the fight serious. Chat, yes or no? First embedded episode, they said, okay, Mackenzie Dern, we've given you a fucking title shot. You don't fucking deserve it. This is purely circumstantial. Get your tits out. Episode 1, that's definitely what Embedded told her. Unless Dern is intentionally marketing herself this way. Next episode of Embedded. All right, Dern, get your ass out. Get in a bikini. We're going in a hot tub for Embedded. Wild. That's what they're showing her do. Next episode of Embedded. All right, get your toes out. Am I off? All right. All right, Dern, we're getting our toes done in today's episode of The Embedded. What is going on Embedded? She's hustling? I know, but like, fucking hell. It's insane. They changed the thumbnail. Okay. Intriguing. Do. Oh my god, the way the UFC thinks they're cool by trying to promote the UFC. Tiny Temper trains like a UFC fighter with Nathaniel Wood. Tiny Temper has not been relevant in like 50 years. What are they? It's got 1.4k views in 2 hours. Sure, we can do better than that. We can do better than that, guys. Come on. They did change the thumbnail to Aspinall, didn't they? Based. Do. Every Tom Aspinall finish, and it's 34-minute long video. Based. Damn, that fucking Arlovsky fight really does add for more than every single fucking ones of his fights. That's crazy. John Jones watching behind the couch. True. Anyway, sorry. I'm just giggling to myself. Does anyone beat a 6'4" prime DJ? No. You hear Arnold Allen getting jumped in Canada? Is that a real story, or did he mention it as blatant British sarcasm in his video? Yeah, he's doing a UFC 321 predictions. He obviously didn't get jumped for not speaking French in Canada. Half of them speak fucking Hindu. All right, so I don't know about that. Also, Islam was saying pew pew to Connor too. Was he really? Intriguing stuff. All right, I'll look into it, folks. Strickland's resume is aging like wine. Dude, Imavov and Hernandez going on generational runs has really done a number for Strickland. Schmitty looks like Pops from regular show. He does, yes. We mentioned that the other day. Also, if Tom feels like he is faster within the first 30 seconds, he will stay on the feet and knock him out. Yeah, I could see that as well. I could see it. I can't believe episode 2 they went done. All right, we're getting our toes done. We're getting toes done in episode 2 here. Opinions on Pantoja versus Merab. I got Merab, but I think Pantoja would give it a tough time. I think Merab would finish him, though. Maybe by TKO to ground and pound. But I would like to see it. I think Pantoja could give him problems with like a submish. Who knows? You look like Ariel Hawani's rabbi. Okay. It itches and it burns, but I still show up for work. Thank you. Appreciate that. For your safety when you come to US, are more dangerous than UK. They're the same everywhere, though. Thank you for the 8 months. No matter where you go, no matter what history they have with the country, they're the same everywhere, to be fair. So I don't know about that. But yours have guns, I guess. Thank you for the 8, so that is kind of deadly. 18 months. I appreciate you, Gamrot fan. Impression of UFC media, mad. Jandaroba's not looking at the camera. All right, Jandaroba, come on. Give us a front arm view. Oh, come on. What are we doing here, folks? Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 bop. Arnold Allen got jumped. He didn't get jumped. He just didn't get jumped at all. So shut up, my pits. When's the Tom interview? The Tom interview is dependent on whether or not he messages me on Instagram in the next few days. And that, I feel like, based on the way the first one went down, chat, if you don't know the story about the first interview with Tom, the only interview with Tom, basically, the UFC kept giving him random shit to do every time he said he had free time to do an interview with me. I don't know if that normally happens, but like it felt like it got rescheduled about 3 times because every time we were about to do it, he got given like a random thing to do by the UFC. And then at one point, he even had to go to an NBA game at one point as well. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Bop, 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 bop. Beep, 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 beep. Impression of Paddy making... So I hope it happens soon, but it could be sprung on me on Friday. You know what I mean? Impression of Paddy making fun of Ilia's wife leaving and how Topuria responds. Making fun of Ilia's wife leaving. Hey, lad, hey. You're not going to finish me, lad. You couldn't even finish your wife, lad. And she finished your relationship real quick, lad. It's over. No more fucking fun times. No more Christmases. No more family, lad. No more kids. Hey, I brought me kids in the crowd there, Ilia. Hey, why don't you show us yours, lad? Look at the twins there in the crowd, Ilia, with me wife. Shout out to you, babe. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for backing me up for the fight. Hey, Ilia, where's your kids? Where's your wife? Oh, wait a minute, hang on. She left you, lad, because you're 5'4", lad. Come on, Paddy. Bring it home at the presser. Make Ilia snap. And fight emotional and then lose and get hit with a flying knee. Come on, Adley. You got it, mate. Scout's accent a bit skewed. I know I was reading the fucking some Instagram DMs while I was doing it, so it was kind of thrown off a bit. Yeah, a little sausage, lad. That'd be criminal. That'd be insane, yeah. Hey, honey, bring me kids up here, lad. Let me have them at the presser, lad. Just to rub it in a bit more, lad. I love you too, kids. And I'm going to see you today and tomorrow and the day after. And the day after that as well, lad. Ilia, when are you going to see your kids again, lad? Sorry. No, I don't know what Paddy's going to say, but that could be some crazy mental warfare, dude. Hey, I guess you'll have to wait till next weekend, lad. Maybe you can have a turn with him, lad.